is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player one. Player two. Player three. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Rivas.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. The Masters of Golf. It happened on Halloween. Banned books. E for effort. Architecture. And animals. Player one, make a selection, please, as we continue. In 2005, he was 7 strokes down after round 1, but a miraculous 30-foot chip on 16 helped him win a 4th green jacket. Yes, player one? Correct. Select again. In 1964, he led an army on his way to his 4th and final Masters win. Yes, player one? Hey, you're right. Please pick again. Answer, the Daily Double. You are in the lead right now. Decide on your wager, player one. The clue, bear with us. The first of his record 6 Masters wins came in 1963, and the last in 1986. You have maintained your lead. Way to go. You get to pick again, player one. In 2004, this golfer, known as Lefty, jumped for joy on 18 and showed off his vertical leap ability, about 2 inches. Let's hear it, player one. Good. Select again. Both the course and the tournament were created by this 1920s icon, the only single-season winner of golf's Grand Slam. Okay, player one. Good. You get to pick again, player one. 1926. There's no escape for this magician who dies following a rupture of his appendix. Okay, player two. That's it. Player two. 1846. Heavy snowfall traps this carnivorous party in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Let's hear it, player one. Good for you. All right, let's get back. 1956. The Brits and the French invade Egypt in response to the nationalization of this. Okay, player one. Good. Select again. 1961. This man's body is removed from Lenin's tomb. It's player two. Good. All right, let's get 1998. This Mideast nation announces it will no longer cooperate with UN weapons inspectors. Okay, player one. That's correct. Player one, where do we start? This story was banned in California because the heroine was bringing wine as well as food to her grandma. Yes, player three? Good for you. Player three? In 1929, Italy banned his Call of the Wild, and Yugoslavia banned all of his books as being too radical. Player 1? That's right. Way to go. Okay, let's get back in. Predictably, in 1967, Lysistrata by Aristophanes was banned in this country, then controlled by a military junta. Yes, Player 1? Hey, you're right. We return to you. England indicted this supporter of the Revolutionary War for his rights of man. His publisher was prosecuted. Let's hear it, Player 3. Yes. All right, let's get Viola's cross-dressing in this Shakespeare play ran afoul of a New Hampshire prohibition of Alternative Lifestyle Act. Okay, Player 2. You got it. Player 2, you start us off. It's the distance within which a sound can be heard. Okay, Player 1. Correct. All right, let's get... One of Sinbad's voyages took him to this graveyard long sought by big game hunters and Tarzan movie villains. Yes, Player 2. Good. Player 2. The CFL's Eskimos call this city home. It's Player 2. Right. You again, Player 2. The last Tudor monarch to rule England. It's Player 1. Hey, you're right. All right, let's get back into the Peter Schaffer's 1975 Tony Award-winning play. Let's hear it, Player 3. You got it. Where do we begin, Player 3? Architecture's Pritzker Prize Medal is based on designs by Louis Sullivan, father of this type of soaring building. It's Player 2. That's it. Where do we begin? The replacement for this New York City complex includes a 1,776-foot tall tower. It's Player 3. Right. Where do we begin? Brutalism is a style originated by Le Corbusier that mainly uses big chunks of this material. Player 3? Right. Select again. According to one grisly legend, this Tsar blinded the architects of Moscow's St. Basil's Cathedral. Let's hear it, Player 2. That is correct. A lot of clues, Here's Sarah to start us off.
This low wall around the edge of a castle roof was designed to protect soldiers from falling off.
Player 1? Good. A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Let's get Kelly's assistance on this clue.
1 in every 6 known bird species makes its home in this rainforest.
Let's hear it, Player 2. Right. Player 2. Sputniks 5, 6, 9, and 10 carried these animals into space. Player 3. Correct. Player 3. Got one of these odorous animals, also known as a polecat, as a pet? Call your Humane Society to make sure it's legal. Let's hear it, player 3.
Yeah!
Good. Select again. Critters of the Pleistocene epoch include the mammoth and this breast-tooth relative. Let's hear it, player 2. That's correct.
Yeah! Woo!
And the last clue for $1,000. Dachs, as in Dachshund, is German for this burrowing animal. Player 2.
Yeah!
Player 3 is going first in Double Jeopardy when we come back following this. And we have 2 daily doubles awaiting you in these categories. Sports Illustrated Magic Numbers. Old, odd, and obscure words. Characters in literature. Health and medicine. World history. And gems and jewelry. Player 3 gets to make the first selection once again. This time, we're moving into the Double Jeopardy round. Baseball, 4,192 hits. Okay, player 1. Player 1. Hockey, 92 goals. Okay, player 3. Yes. Player 3, you start us off. Baseball, 2,131 consecutive games. Okay, player 3. Right you are. Player 3, back to you. Track and field, 29 feet, 2.5 inches. It's player 1. Good. Okay, let's get back into this. Football, 63 yards. It's player 2. You are correct. Player 2, you're in command of the board as we continue right now. There's no beating around this archaic term for a wine shop or tavern. Okay, player 3. Right. Player 3, you start. It really burns me up that febrific means having one of these. It's player 2. You are correct. All right, let's get back into this. Lacrimiform literally means shaped like this. Yes, player 2. Right. Player 2. A thurible is an ornamental container in which this is burned during a religious ceremony. Okay, player 3. Good. Okay, let's get back into this. Wynton Marsalis should know that to bisonate means to blow this horn, his specialty. Let's hear it, player 1. You got it. Where do we begin, player 1? This treacherous pirate in Treasure Island has a pet parrot named Captain Flint. Yes, player 2. Yep. Player 2. A gray spider named Charlotte brings about a series of miracles to keep this pig from the butcher's knife. Let's hear it, player 1. That's right. Way to go. A lot of clues, a lot of category. Sarah?
The traditional masks of comedy and tragedy were used by characters in ancient Greek drama. They're thought to have represented the twin sides of this god of wine and revelry.
Player 1? Hey, you're right. Select again. Tom Sawyer saw him murder Dr. Robinson in the cemetery and testified against him in court. Let's hear it, Player 2. You got it. Okay, let's get back in. This E.L. Doctorow title character joins Dutch Schultz's gang as a 15-year-old in 1930s New York City. Okay, Player 3. Good for you! Player 3, you're in command of the board as we continue. Lateral epicondylitis is the medical term for the chronic arm injury called this sport's elbow. Okay, Player 3. That's correct. We return to you. Statin drugs like Lipitor are used to lower the bad type of this. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's correct. Player 1, a sign of this infection from the virus that also causes chickenpox is a blistering rash preceded by severe pain. Okay, Player 1. Right. Please pick again. There are viral and bacterial types of this, the inflammation of the membranes covering the brain and spinal cord. Let's hear it, Player 3. That is correct. Player 3. The name of this fluid that contains white blood cells comes from the Latin for water. Yes, Player 3.
Yeah!
That's it. Player 3. Pick again. In 1071, the Seljuk Turks, who practiced this religion, defeated the Byzantine army at the Battle of Manzikert. Player 3. Yes. Player 3. An economic crisis forced this Indonesian leader to resign on May 21, 1998, ending 32 years of autocratic rule. Let's hear it, Player 2. Hey, you're right. Okay, let's get back. Let's go over to Jimmy.
A 1980 strike at this Gdansk shipyard led to the formation of this labor union. Within months, it represented 10 million Polish workers.
Yes, Player 2. You are correct. Player 2. This king of Aragon freed the Catalan serfs in 1486 and captured Granada in 1492. Let's hear it, Player 3. Good for you! Player 3, you start us off.
Yeah!
Answer. The first of the daily doubles. You're tied with Player 1. So, what are you going? How much? Answer this. Around 2500 BC, the Harappan civilization sprung up around this river in Pakistan and northwestern India. Congratulations, you're still in first, Player 3. Select again. Legacy rings inspired by the Edwardian era are exclusive to this preeminent Fifth Avenue jeweler. Yes, Player 1? That's correct. Where do we begin, Player 1? Miss Tamblin knows that lots of jewelry is made from this brownish-yellow fossil resin. Yes, Player 3? Good. Player 3, start us. Answer. The second daily double. And you're in the lead now. Player 3, please select your wager. And the clue. In 1974, the newly discovered gem Tsavorite got its name derived from this continent's Tsavo National Park. That puts you even further ahead. Select again. Let's get Jimmy's assistance on this clue.
Headdresses of silver or white beads are common among the Aka, a tribe indigenous to the southeast part of this continent.
It's player 1. Good. And now the $2,000 clue. The name of this romantic ring comes from an old Irish fishing village that's now part of Galway. Player 1. That's right. Way to go. You all move on to Final Jeopardy, which will continue after these messages. We've got the Final Jeopardy round here for you, and today it features this category: African cities. What are you going to wager? And the last clue? Africa's most populous city not on a navigable body of water. Its settlers didn't need water when they had gold. Did you come up with the correct response? How much do you add to your total with that correct response? What did you put as your response? With that correct response, you will gain. And your response? And this correct response will add how much to your score? You've come out ahead as our champion, Player 1. We'll see you all next time.